Well, he asked Master Farad Muhammad for the month of December, and Master Farad told him, yes, you can have it. You can have Ramadan any month.
That's right.
Now the Ramadan that we have in December, that is not the Ramadan that they have in the Eastern world. Theirs come in the hot month.
That's right.
So the messenger asked Master Farad, says, cannot we have Ramadan any time that we wish? He said, yes. He says, a fasting month. And you fast in that month for peace in the hereafter and peace now.
That's right.
He says, yes, Kareem says you can have it. He says, let us have our Ramadan in the month of December. Okay. So we got it.
That's right.
Why? We don't have to go through the hot heat of the day and not drink water. That's why he asking. We don't have to wait a long time before we eat. We can soon eat after 5 or 6 o'clock. We can eat. When it's dark, we eat. We don't eat none of this animal here, none of these beasts here. We won't eat them. We'll go to the water where life that I came from.
That's right.
We here, Elijah Muhammad and his followers, I prescribe for you the month of December to fast in, if you're able to take the fast, instead of the regular month that travels through the year, called Ramadan by the Muslims, the month in which they say Muhammad received the Holy Quran. Why did I prescribe for you the month of December? It is because it was in this month that you used to worship a dead prophet by the name of Jesus. And it was the month that you wasted your money and wealth to worship the 25th day of this month, December, as the Christians do. The Christians know that it is not the birthday of Jesus, for they do not know the birthday of Jesus. No one knows it, because being persecuted by the Jews, Joseph and Mary feared the death of not only their newborn baby that they were bringing to birth, but even feared for their own lives for committing the act out of wedlock. They feared Herod and his army and the religious set of the Jews, condemning them to be punished with death. But they were not to be killed, for they were for a sign of the black man in America, according to the Holy Quran. See Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 171. While Christians have deceived you in worshiping the birthday of Nimrod, who was born the 25th day of that month, no man knows the day Jesus was born, but they, Joseph and Mary themselves. This is a sign right there. No man of the evil world was to know when the spiritual birth of Muhammad was to take place. And surely they do not know. So do not fast as the other religious people fast, for they have different objects and ways in which they fast, which are against the meaningful fasts that we take. Fasting takes away evil desires. Fasting takes from us filthy desires. Fasting takes from us the desire to do evil against self and our brothers and sisters. We are created of the material of goodness. Therefore, good belongs to us, and it should not be hard for us to turn to our own selves, in which we were created good.
Well, he asked Master Farad Muhammad for the month of December, and Master Farad told him, yes, you can have it. You can have Ramadan any month.
That's right.
You don't just have to go for the changing of the moon like they do. That was for those people. Do you know, I say, I see in Detroit brothers and sisters taking Ramadan in the hot summer month, the end and then the beginning. And brother, and they would be wanting water so bad.
That's right.
But they can't drink the water.
That's a bird.
That's right. And now, that's a sin for you to want something for the upkeep of your life, and you can't get it. God don't put them kind of punishes on people. If you want your Ramadan in December, you can have it. If you want it in November, you can have it. Whatever month is better for you. You don't have to go with the rest of them.
That's right.
That's why the messenger put ours in December, so that we wouldn't be buying whiskey, we wouldn't be, because sometimes people that drink a lot, they don't drink water. Say, I didn't drink no water, and he just got through with a keg of beer. Excuse me from jumping off like that. But you can have Ramadan anytime. Sure.
We are approaching the month of December, in which we usually abstain from eating in the daylight hours, as the Orthodox Muslims do, the 9th month of their calendar, the month of Ramadan. I set up this for you and me, to try to drive out of us the old white slave masters' worship of a false birthday, December 25th, of Jesus. Allah, God who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, taught me that Jesus was not even born during the entire month of December. The scholars agree that according to their history, Jesus could not have been born in December. Allah, God, taught me that Jesus was born between the first and second week in September, instead of December. But no one knew the day of Jesus' birth except Joseph and Mary. Because of the Jews' hot persecution against the birth of Jesus, the exact day of his birth was kept a secret from the public. So, to break my people up from the worship of a false birthday of Jesus, we turned to abstaining from eating in the daylight hours during the month of December. This is, in no way, a fast. When we abstain from food for so short a time, as for early morning until after sundown and darkness begins to appear, we cannot call this a fast, for we are eating the same way that we have always been eating, one meal in that day. It is no fast to me and to my followers to eat a meal after Sunday. We cannot call it a fast. A fast should be from 2 to 3 days without eating food. If we are seeking spiritual advancement, we should fast for 3 days. In the case of Orthodox Muslims worshipping Ramadan by not eating until after sunset and darkness approaches, they can eat all night long if they want to, until the next morning at dawn. They call this a fast. They say that they do this in the month of Ramadan because Ramadan is the month in which the Holy Quran was revealed to Muhammad. But the way that I understand Scripture, it teaches us that Muhammad received the Holy Quran over a period of 23 years. Muhammad did not receive the Holy Quran in one night or in one day, and if he received the whole Holy Quran in the month of Ramadan, why fast in that month? If we are given what we want, Holy Quran, in that month, without fasting, I cannot understand why we should fast in the month of Ramadan, for the first revelation of the Holy Quran was already given in that month without fasting. It would look more proper for us to be rejoicing over the great salvation, Holy Quran, that Allah, God, sent to us in the month of Ramadan. If you can convince me it is necessary to fast in the month of Ramadan because of Muhammad receiving the Holy Quran, or the first revelation of the Holy Quran, then I will go along with it. However, since the Quran was received over a period of years, I am very much baffled in trying to understand why we should fast in the month of Ramadan. We should be rejoicing because of receiving the Holy Quran, and we should teach others to rejoice throughout the month of Ramadan if it is because the Holy Quran was revealed in that month. Of course, this is the Arab way in their religious belief that they should fast. But I do say that it is not necessary to fast to get something that you have already received. We should all thank Allah and be grateful to Allah, God, for giving us the truth, or the great revelation, Holy Quran, that will guide us into a clearer truth than we have had in the past. So, I am not asking my followers to fast in the month of December because of the birth of a prophet, Jesus, nor do we want to worship his birth or worship because some great revelation was sent down to another prophet. No, it is just to keep my followers from worshiping falsehood instead of truth, and to prevent them from spending their money in the falsehood of Santa Claus. There are so many untruths that the people of untruth, white race, have misled us in. We must come out of untruth. We must come out of falsehood. I do know that fasting is good. I have tried fasting for many years myself. I do know that fasting is good for our health, and fasting is good for our spiritual advancement. It is actually good for us to take a fast and abstain from eating food for a period of days. But you're not actually fasting when you're going to eat every day, regardless to what time you may set for the meal. If you eat within 24 hours, you cannot really consider it as a fast. And so I say to my followers, we are not fasting. In December, we are just abstaining from taking a part with false worship. We abstain from eating throughout the month of Ramadan, the month of December. It is good for us to abstain from eating meat, for we should not eat meat at all. Meat is not good for our health, nor for our body. Actually, by nature, we are not made to live off meat. Allah, God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, taught me that no meat is good for us except the little pigeon, squab, that has never flown from its nest. But we eat meat, beef, coarse meat such as beef. We should not wear out our stomach trying to digest this coarse meat. We should not eat any meat, not even lamb. Fish. We can eat fish. Fish is raised under a different atmosphere. Fish is from a different world of life. Fish is born, and fish lives in the water of life. Fish is good for us.